Hey, SKOL Nation. What's up, my fellow purple-blooded Vikings fanatics? This is your diehard Vikings voice right here, fired up and ready to dive into the hottest news straight from Vikings News HQ. Picture this. It's Thursday night football under the bright lights of SoFi Stadium, and our boys in purple are staring down the barrel of a must-win clash against the Los Angeles Chargers. Both squads are licking their wounds from brutal Sunday beatdowns, the Vikes dropping a heartbreaker to the Eagles, and the Bolts getting smacked by the Colts. A loss here? It'd sting like a second straight gut punch heading into that mini-bye. But hold up, will our Vikings rise like the phoenix from the ashes and snatch a primetime victory that echoes through the NFC? Stick with me because tonight on Vikings News, we're breaking it all down with the fire you crave. Who's ready to roar? Drop a SKOL in the comments if you're feeling this hype. Our Minnesota Vikings sit at 3-3, just 1.5 games out of that precious playoff spot in an NFC that's stacked like a Viking longship ready for battle. That winnable game against the Eagles slipped away, leaving us hungry for redemption on this short week. And get this, veteran gunslinger Carson Wentz is locked in for at least one more start under center, with rookie sensation J.J. McCarthy nursing that nagging ankle injury and eyeing a potential return in Week 9 against those pesky Lions. Wentz, our steady hand in the storm, steps up again with that cannon arm and ice in his veins experience. But let's be real, SKOL fam. The path to the postseason gets steeper than a frozen tundra if we drop this one. Their schedule's a beast, loaded with NFC North beasts and cross-conference crushers. Can Wentz channel his inner warrior and lead the charge? I need your take. What's your confidence level on him tonight? Hit me in the comments. The stakes couldn't be higher for our purple pride. We're talking about a team that's rotated wins and losses like clockwork this season. Win one, lose one, rinse and repeat. After that Eagles loss, the pendulum better swing our way, no matter who's slinging it. Fun fact to pump you up. Wentz is a perfect 7-0 in his career on Thursday Night Football. That's destiny calling, Vikings fans. But here's the hook that's got me pacing. Our defense, led by the brilliant Brian Flores, has been a wall, ranking 8th in total defense league-wide. They've got the tools to disrupt, but we've coughed up turnovers in bunches lately, losing the battle 2-0 in each of the last 3 games. Fix that and we're golden. Teaser alert. Coming up, we dive into the Chargers' vulnerabilities and why this feels like our game to steal. You with me? Let's keep the energy high. Who do you think steps up biggest for the Vikes tonight? All right, SKOL Warriors, let's shift gears to the enemy in the end zone. The Los Angeles Chargers, sitting pretty at 4-3 but reeling from a bad beatdown by the Colts. They're clinging to a playoff spot in that softer AFC landscape, but don't sleep on their hunger. They're at home, under those SoFi lights, desperate to shake off Sunday's nightmare. Justin Herbert, the golden boy QB, shredded our secondary back in 2023 for 405 yards and 3 TDs, but that was then. This time, our Vikings defense is primed to evolve, with Flores scheming up nightmares for that one-dimensional Bolts attack. The Chargers started hot with 3 straight dubs, including pops at Denver and KC, but they've hit a skid, 3 losses in their last 4. Catching them now feels like divine timing for us. What do you think, fam? Is this the perfect bounce-back spot for Minnesota? Sound off below. Injuries are hitting the Chargers harder than a Flores blitz package, slowing down what looked like a dark horse Super Bowl squad earlier this year. Their O-line? Battered and bruised, allowing the most pressures in the entire league. Herbert's been dancing for his life all season. Add in the running back carousel with names like Amarian Hampton, Najee Harris, and even fourth-stringer Hassan Haskins sidelined, and their ground game, averaging a juicy 4.9 yards per carry, 3rd best in the NFL, might be hobbled down to just one workhorse. That's music to our ears. Vikings Nation. Our front 7 is salivating, ready to feast on that vulnerability. Imagine the chaos. Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack might bring heat, but our pass rush is geared up to counter. Tease incoming. Next, we unpack why our skill guys give us the edge. Stay locked in because this breakdown's about to get electric. Who's your pick for MVP on our D tonight? Both squads are banged up, no doubt. Us with some question marks will clarify closer to kickoff. Them with a laundry list that's caught up like a delayed sack. But here's the Vikings' edge shining through. We've got slight advantages in the skill positions and on D, offsetting Herbert's elite arm talent. Ladd McConkey and Quentin Johnston are threats, sure, but our Jordan Addison's been a beast since his suspension lift. 114-plus yards or a score in every game back. And don't get me started on Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason pounding the rock. We've punished the last 3 opponents on the ground. The Bolts pass D, leaky like a sieve, coughing up 7.6 yards per attempt in their last 3, 6th worst in the league. That's our blueprint. Run it, protect it, and let Flores crew tee off. Questions for you, SKOL Squad. If we control the trenches, does this turn into a rout? Drop your bold prediction now. This matchup screams toss-up, with the Chargers as 3-point home faves in LA. Moneyline has M at -170. Vikes at +142. Total sitting at 44.5. But as a lifelong Vikings diehard, I'm smelling upset city. We've got the resilience, the depth, and that purple heart that beats louder than SoFi speakers. Herbert's on pace for a career high in rushing, but with our top 10 pass D holding foes to 20.8 points a pop, we can keep him in check. Short week favors no one, but our coaching staff's built for these wars. Imagine the storyline. Wentz, the journeyman hero, avenging his Eagles' INTs from Sunday. The Bolts need this less desperately, but we're fighting for every inch in that loaded NFC. Hook alert! Up next, our staff's bold predictions that'll have you yelling at your screen. You ready to debate 'em? Kicking off our Vikings news staff picks with the straight shooting Will Ragatz. He's calling Chargers 26, Vikings 23. A nail-biter that keeps me up at night. Will's worried about our injury fog, Wentz's occasional head-scratchers, and Herbert's history of carving up Flores unit back in 23 with those stud pass catchers. He points to Kevin O'Connell's odd-numbered year blues. 2023 was a mess, and this feels like deja vu. Oof, that stings, but fair play. Still, Will concedes we could snag it with a turnover-free sheet. We've lost the battle 2-0 the last 3 weeks, folks. That's our Achilles heel. What say you, fans? Do we finally flip the script on picks? Comment your gut reaction to this close call. But hold the phone, SKOL Nation, not everyone's buying the Bolts bounce back. Enter Joe Nelson, our optimistic oracle, forecasting a Vikings demolition. 34-17 in Purple Paradise. Joe's still haunted by Herbert's 23 clinic, 40 of 47 for 405 yards, 3 TDs, Keenan Allen's 18 grabs for 215, even tossing a wild 49-yard TD to Mike Williams. Elite stuff, no cap. But Joe's betting on Flores' revenge plot. A smarter scheme to neuter their run-light offense, especially with Joe Alt possibly back at tackle. On our side, heavy doses of Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason, making us the 4th straight team to bully LA on the ground. That's vintage Vikings power football. Who's with Joe on this beatdown vibe? Tell me in the comments, would 17 points feel like sweet revenge? Tony Liebert keeps the faith alive with a gritty road thriller. Vikings 21, Chargers 20. After our hard-fought Eagles L, this short week turnaround to LA screams desperation for both crews. They needed to stay afloat after looking Super Bowl-bound early, but injuries have derailed them like a fumbled snap. Tony's spotlighting their O-line woes catching up, and our D poised to pounce. Wentz finds his groove, slinging lasers to keep us in the fight, and boom, Minnesota steals one on the road. That one-point squeaker? Pure primetime drama. Imagine the US Bank roar echoing in your living room. Fans, if it's this close, who makes the game winner? Punt return TD? Pick 6? Your call below. Let's build the hype. Jonathan Harrison seals our staff consensus with a defensive masterclass. Vikings 24, Chargers 12. Flo and the pass rush are drooling over LA's sieve of an O-line. Most pressures allowed league-wide, leaving Herbert exposed like a rookie in OT. He's produced magic despite the chaos, but our secondary's top 10 clamps can force the issue. Their run game's elite at 4.9 YPC, but with RBs dropping like flies, Hampton, Harris, Haskins out, it's one-man showtime. Jonathan sees our D rebounding big from the Eagles' slip, went steadying the ship post-Sunday woes. A couple weeks back, this screamed Chargers W. Now, the swung purple. Mini by bliss before the Lions awaits. SKOL fam, 3 of 4 staffers got us. You backing the Vikes too? Smash those likes if yes. Wrapping this Vikings news extravaganza. Let's paint the picture. Clear skies in LA, barely a whisper of wind. Perfect for Wentz to air it out or Jones to rumble. Both QBs itching to avenge multi-INT Sundays, but our balanced attack and opportunistic D give us the nod. We've hit 21+ points in every Wentz start this year, and with their secondary gassed, expect fireworks. This isn't just a game. It's a statement in the playoff hunt. SKOL Nation, you're the heartbeat here. What's your score prediction? Who scores first? Flood the comments. Smash that like button if you're riding with the purple. Subscribe for every Vikings update. And share this with your fellow fans so no one misses the roar. We've got this SKOL Vikings. Until next time, keep the faith alive. Diving deeper into that Eagles aftermath, our 3-3 Vikes left it all on the field in a 28-22 defeat that had us cursing the gods of close calls. Wentz went 26 of 42 for 313 yards, but those 2 picks? Costly daggers in a winnable war. Still, flashes of brilliance, Jordan Addison torching for 140+ yards again, proving he's our deep threat dynamo. The D held Philly under 300 total yards, but a late coverage bust sealed it. Heading into TNF on 5 days rest? Brutal, but that's when champions forge steel. Flores unit ranks top 10 against the pass, allowing just 20.8 ppg. If we bottle Herbert like we planned, it's ours. Fans, remember that 23 heartbreaker to these bolts? Time for payback. What's the one adjustment O'Connell must make? Your wisdom in the replies. The Chargers' Sunday slaughter by the Colts? A 30-something to 20-something route that exposed every crack. Herbert balled out with 420 yards and 3 TDs, franchise record 37 completions, but 2 picks and 3 sacks turned the tide. Their run D, shredded, as Indy averaged north of 5 YPC. Now at home, Harbaugh's crew, 4-3, second in AFC West. Eyes redemption, but 3 less in 4? Momentum's ours. Keenan Allen hit 1,000 career grabs this year, fastest ever. But without full protection, it's futile. Our Vikes lead the all-time series 8-7, last L in 23, but Flores has schemed upgrades. Teaser. Staff picks favored us 3-1. Next, why Wentz's TNF magic flips the script. Who's hyped for purple confetti? Like and sub if you are. Injury intel hot off Vikings news. McCarthy's ankle's progressing, limited practice this week, but doubtful for TNF, targeting Lions Week 9. Wentz nursing a minor shoulder tweak, S2-2 is sub with 2 300-yard bombs in his last 3. Our LB Andrew Van Ginkel, RB Aaron Jones, and C Ryan Kelly are game-time calls, but depth's our superpower. Chargers, O-line decimated, RB's thinning. Perfect storm for our rush, 8th in total D. Herbert's 1,913 yards lead the league, but pace for 452 rush yards? Our front stuff's runs at 301.7 YPG allowed. Short week tests prep, but O'Connell's no stranger to chaos. Question for you. Trade Wentz for McCarthy mid-game if healthy? Nah or yay? Comments open. Let's chat strategy. Staff pick redux. Raggett's 26-23 Chargers lean has merit. Herbert's weapons could feast again, but I'm all in on Nelson's 34-17 Vikings route. Why? Flores 2.0 versus 23. Better blitz calls. Secondary tweaks to Shadow Allen and company. Our run games punished LA thrice lately. Jones-Mason duo averages 5.2 YPC combined. Wentz avenges Eagles with clean sheet, no boneheads. That's 34 points of purple fury. Liebert's 21-20 squeaker nods to Bolt's home edge, but Harrison's 24-12 D-Dom seals it. Pressures galore, forcing 3 TOs. 3 of 4 for Vikes. Odds shifting our way at plus 142. SKOL Squad, which pick you riding? Predict yours and tag a buddy. Final hype blast. This TNF tilts playoff blood. Vikes 1.5 back in NFC gauntlet. Chargers comfy in AFC but slumping. We've covered in 2 of Wentz's starts. Their Ds allowed 23.3 ppg, 17th. Weather gods smile, clear, no breeze for balanced ball. O'Connell's offense hits 21 plus consistently. Expect heavy ground early, bootlegs late. Flores crew rebounds from no-TO drought, grabbing 2 picks. Victory parade into mini-bye, then Lions bloodbath. Vikings news faithful, you're why this channel thrives. Your passion fuels the fire. Like if you're Vikes by 10 plus, comment your dream play, sub for daily drops, share to spread the SKOL gospel. We rise tonight, SKOL.